Welcome. You're watching Weazel News. You do the crime, we film the whole time. This is a special live broadcast with your favorite reporter, Chester Bedingfield. Good evening, Los Santos. I'm Chester Bedingfield, and I hope you're doing well despite the recent power outages. Already a few times tonight, the Weazel News Station had to switch to generators to keep our broadcast going. Tonight, we bring you a special report regarding the events that happened earlier out in the field with our Weazel News crew. Thanks to our inside source, a man known as Fernando, Weazel News was able to get a closer look at finding out what is going on behind the mysterious power outages. One of the longest power outages happened earlier tonight, and our source was able to bring us to the center of the investigation. Tonight's story will bring us to the power distribution center off Route 68, shortly after the power first shut off. While investigating a fire, the Weazel News crew saw some strange happenings that only video can show. Let's take a look. Panic strikes across the city as a power outage abruptly occurs with no warning. Here we have body cam footage sent to us from an anonymous user at Pillbox Hospital. You can see the hallways are pitch black as first responders and other medical staff scramble to keep life support machines online as another blackout interrupts citywide services. From a user on Twitter, you can see Elgin Square completely dark. Not even traffic lights were working at the time, which provided dangerous conditions. During the blackout, Weazel's inside source, a man named Fernando, led the Weazel News crew to a power station right off Route 68, northeast of Bolingbroke Penitentiary. After arriving at the power station, it was apparent there had been some type of tampering done to the transformer, causing a fire. As Weazel was setting up an interview, a series of unbelievable events occurred. Let's see the footage. Chester Bedingfield, Weazel News here at the power distribution plant up here in the desert with Mr. Nando. Mr. Nando, how are you doing today?
Hey, hold on. Somebody's trying to rob my car. Hey,
Oh, no.
hey!
Hey, what the heck?
Hey! Hey! What are you doing in there? What the fuck are you doing in my car? Hey! Why are you in my car?
Oh, shit. What is that?
What is that? Behind you! In there! Look, behind you! Behind you! Over here!
What is that? Is somebody's running?
What is that?
Dude, what is that? Did you guys get footage of that? Unfortunately, it was at that moment that our broadcast was interrupted by strong interference. Shortly after the fire department arrived and put out the fire, we received a call that Mission Row Police Department was evacuating due to an active fire alarm. Our news crew raced from Route 68 straight to the police department to find an active scene and a fire concentrated on the roof of the building. Let's take a look. What was once a normal and routine day at Mission Row Police Department turned into a hectic scene of fire alarms, evacuation, and burnt donuts. A dark plume of smoke could be seen rising from the rooftop of the police station. Weazel News crew got on scene to set up an interview with the Assistant Chief of Police, David Hart. Let's take a look. Chester Bedingfield, Weazel News here with a quick update at MRPD with the electrical fire. I am with another officer with more information regarding the root cause of fire. Sir, what's your name?
David Hart, Assistant Chief, LSPD.
All right. With the Assistant Chief, can you describe what you saw earlier, or what might have caused the fire?
Upon further investigation from one of our officers on the roof, it seemed as though one of our air conditioning units had been opened and tampered with. There was extra wires hanging out of the electrical panel on there. It looked like somebody was trying to short out our system and might have been successful in doing so.
Right, so at first glance, it may have been foul play, you're saying?
That's what it's looking like at this time. We just want to warn everybody to be on the lookout for anything suspicious in your area, around your homes and your neighborhoods. We got to see something, say something, everybody. If you see something that doesn't look right, you got to say something.
So I would imagine you guys have some CCTV footage regarding who might have been responsible for this?
Right now, we're working diligently with our internal IT team to recover some of that CCTV footage. It looks as though a lot of it was corrupted during the power outage, and there's a little bit of a time gap in there. But we're working diligently, like I said, with the IT team to get that footage back.
Awesome, sounds good. And do you have any possible motives on why someone would do this? Maybe they're trying to destroy evidence. Maybe they're a criminal themselves.
I believe somebody might have been doing this for a number of reasons. It really could have been anything. Anybody trying to just maybe mess with the police department, or more harm trying to be done. But whoever it is, we're diligently looking for them, and we're gonna find them so we can work toward keeping the city a little bit safer every day.
All right. Thank you again for the information and also the advice. Definitely keep an eye out there, citizens of Los Santos, for a possible suspect on the loose. This is Chester Bedingfield with the assistant chief. Back to you guys in the studio. All right, Weazel News. We'll of course continue to closely monitor that situation and provide any updates as that story develops. Great advice, of course, from the Assistant Police Chief, David Hart, to remain vigilant and aware of your surroundings and, of course, report any suspicious activity. As for now, that is all the time we have today. Again, I'm Chester Bedingfield, Weazel News. Have a great night and stay safe, Los Santos.